I'm asking myself questions like, why did I do it? Why did this happen to me? Then I said, you can get through it. You just have to believe what I do now. Gotta make it all count. So
Welcome to another thought-provoking episode of the Intentionally Spoken podcast. I am your host and midwife in life, Shawan Sharika. I am excited tonight. I have a very special guest. She is my friend, my sister girl, my RW, my confidant, my vision code, whatever, all that good stuff. And then we also enjoy chit chat too. Miss Sierra. Welcome. I'm super excited to have you as my first guest. You've truly just been an inspiration along the journey, so it was good to have you as the first to join me here in this platform, so I'm super excited.
I'm excited to be here.
Just before we jump into the content, just to let everyone know, we're going to continue talking about boundaries. So tonight we're going to discuss just talking about business boundaries, sexual boundaries, and just chat a little. Not an interview, just conversation between women, and we're going to share some things to hopefully help and inspire and encourage one of you. Before jumping into content, I would love for Sierra to just tell a little about herself and all that she is and what she does, and then we'll jump right in.
Okay, so I'm Sierra, better known as C. I'm a blogger, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a mom, I do so many things. I'm a sister.
Who are you?
I am.
Not what you do. Who are you?
Because that's what we do first, right?
Yes,
we always talk about what we do.
Yes.
Okay.
Highly decorated, but who are you?
I love to sing, I love to dance, I love to have fun, I love to read, I love music.
Yes.
I'm different. Dope.
Yes. A vibe of your
a whole vibe.
Yes.
But no, I just love people. I love helping people. I love seeing people be better than what they think they are.
Yes.
So yes, I enjoy people.
Yes.
And I just try to enjoy life. And I am a daughter of Christ.
Absolutely.
That's most importantly the
Absolutely.
first number one thing. So.
Yes. Divine sisters.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Ordained for more. So let's jump into this content. I'm excited. Now, boundaries was a big deal the other week. I was like, Lord, there's so many different ways to go with this thing. So just breaking it down, talking about mental, emotional boundaries, and then you have personal boundaries with your things and just people in your space. And the two that definitely come to mind right now is business. Mm-hmm. Because there have been a lot of businesses born from COVID, in addition to those who have been striving and at least had the desire to do it before. And it's almost like this quarantine has truly spoken.
Absolutely.
Literally spoken to people. And so many businesses and ministries have been born out of this quarantine. So we're gonna talk about that, and then sexual boundaries. That can get sticky, but pretty interesting just the same. So let's start with business boundaries.
Right.
So my thought on it is just as with any other relationship, business should be navigated the same way. Making sure, one, the persons who you bring on the journey with you believe in the vision. Just also making sure to not discount what your vision is for the sake of likes. You know, that's a big thing now. Absolutely. With social media. And not to forsake the end result. You know, it's one thing, it's a lot of content out there now on social media, and I'm talking about that as business because this is clearly something new for me, but just business in general, you know, we instantly want to have that clientele and business kick in so that there's monetary gain and all these other things, but at the same time, being true to who you are. Right. Being authentic in how you present yourself and your product, having the integrity and sustainability, true. So it's just kind of like, how do you build that into like your own businesses and then your clients and stuff like that? Like,
yeah, I think it's important to really know like who you are first. because I think that's important when you're trying to translate that into your brand. Like, you need to know who you are.
Yes.
Because it's so important. You find yourself looking at everybody else and you find yourself trying to compare yourself to them. It's so easy to just get caught in and get camouflaged in with everybody else and what they're doing. So I would say that's number one.
Mm-hmm. And the danger of doing that too
Absolutely.
is that you do lose focus because you're so busy looking at what everyone else is doing when in reality your thing is your thing. So, but yeah.
Absolutely. What would be another thing? I would say also know what you do and what you do well.
Yes.
I think some of us
Stay in your
are
lane.
Yes, because we're like, oh, well, let me do a little bit of this, let me do a little bit of that. It's like, no, do you and do it well.
Exactly.
Because you have to be, you can't be a jack of all trades, right? You have to be a master of one. So if you're trying to be everything to everybody, you're going to fail.
This is so true.
You're
It's a
gonna
setup
fail.
for disaster.
Absolutely.
So true. Absolutely. And sometimes that means like, taking a back seat, even being a visionary. You know what it is you want. And for me, I'm always grateful when I know, okay, so I can tell this person who's specifically going to help me with this thing, what the vision is, and then be able to just hand it over. Look, this is yours.
Right.
This is what I see, but I'm giving it to you because I trust you to carry it out because you believe in the vision, and you have to be a believer too. So with that as the undergird, I trust it, I let it go. Now, if you're a controlling person,
and I was going to say you have to learn how to let go because that's a whole other thing in itself.
Yes.
So yeah,
it can stunt your growth. It could truly just be the end all be all if not careful too.
Yeah.
What else do you think about that one?
About really relinquishing control to
Mm-hmm.
people, I think is definitely important. I work with so many business owners that can be micromanagers, and I know for me, I can't do it because even when I worked in a 9-to-5, that was one of the reasons why I left. Because I had people kind of over top of me, and it just stunted my growth.
Can't do it.
And I couldn't be free, couldn't let those creative ideas flow, couldn't be innovative. And that's why I said, okay, let me go do my own thing so that I can do me and be creative. So, yeah, it's super important. If you don't know how to relinquish control, you're not going to be able to manage your time well. I think it definitely talks to how you manage your time. Being able to say, take this so I can do this over here. So
you focus on the thing you're good at. It truly for me just makes a difference. I've learned so much this year specifically, and even going back to starting knowing that if it was going to be anything, it couldn't just be me. So I know what I want to happen. I put that out there, put the people in place to run with it. That's your mastery, that's your expertise, this is your lane, and collectively it just works.
But I think you do that really well.
Oh,
you do. Like, you're not a control freak to me. You're like,
I'm not.
I trust the God in you.
Right, and you know that.
Absolutely. So I'm like, what do you want me to do?
Right.
Nope, see, I trust the God in you.
It's
and I'm
true.
just like, okay.
It's like once God shows me who, I'm like, okay, hands off. It's in good hands, and I trust what He's saying to you to move forward with it.
How easy is it for you to just be able to do that? Like,
once He shows me whom, it's really, really easy.
Wow.
Up until that point, I'm like, who's gonna help me?
So it's more so the person.
It's more so the person, and I'm waiting on God to show me who, because it's never ever the persons who you think. People, when you're starting something, people are, oh yeah, just let me know what you need. That when it's time, most times those same people are like, oh yeah, I forgot, or oh, I didn't have time, or they don't say anything at all. So when you have that one true person, i.e. my Cebu, I love my Cebu. In that moment, it's just reaffirmed, and it doesn't matter what your thoughts are. I always go back to God. You gave this to me.
Absolutely.
So you show me. I'm not going to make a move or make a decision until you show me. So once He shows me who, I'm like, okay, let me send a message. Let me make a phone call. Put it out there, and then I just let it go. Yeah. And then too, like even with the symposium, it's just like, oh, I don't even want to know anything until that day.
And I was like, wow.
I remember, I think it was Coco or someone, they came to me in the back, they were like, you would think that you were just a participant or a guest here. You're sitting in the back like, I said, I don't know what's going on. on. I'll completely compose and orchestrate it.
Yeah.
But I want to be just as surprised, just as poured into and blessed by whatever it is that everyone is collectively bringing to it. So
that's so good, because I don't have that.
No,
I am a control freak, and I didn't realize I was so bad. Like, I am terrible.
Wow.
I am.
In what way?
Just I need to know what's going on.
Gotcha.
Like, I don't like no surprises. I need to know, like, when is this happening? How is it gonna happen?
Right.
Like, do I need to be prepared? Because I can't get caught off guard.
For me, it's the element of the surprise. I love the element of surprise. And truthfully, when I think about it, I do get excited as if, it's almost like Christmas morning. I don't know what's in the package. It's a big red bow. I'm excited. Right. What are we going to unpack here? So, like, for me, I guess that's where I get caught up. And I'm like, okay, so I'm excited to see how God uses them. How God will show her to bring this to life. So for me, it's super exciting. And that's what I get out of it.
But it worked. And the symposium was amazing.
It was.
If you have not been to the symposium, okay, when COVID is over at some point, you definitely have to make sure that you register and show up, because it is an amazing experience.
Yes. So. It blew my mind.
Yeah, mine too.
I was like, God, wow, you did that with a little yes?
Yes.
Imagine if I step into my big girl yes. Lord.
We're talking about stadiums
right.
and what we talking about.
Come on, we're gonna do a 3, 4, 5 city tour or something. And my thing is too, is I get so much enjoyment out of being able to showcase my sisters who are also doing awesome and amazing things. Because some people just need to push. Others, come on, we're on this ride together.
Yeah.
Iron sharpen irons, like 100%. And I think for me, it really resonates too, because I'm an only child.
Right.
Biologically, I'm my mother's only child. I do have 4 brothers on my dad's side, but I grew up an only child. So my mindset is, and to have sisters, come on now.
Right. But you've always been like that. It's always like, come on guys, you're gonna do this together.
Yes, come on.
Because usually the only child syndrome is like, no, I want this to myself. But you're not like that at all.
No, I want everyone to win.
Absolutely.
Naturally, organically.
Yeah,
love it.
I want to say, as far as other boundaries in business, knowing what you can do and what you're not willing to do, I think is super important. And I've had to learn that in business. Being really clear about what I'm going to offer you and what I'm not going to offer you. Or if you're trying to get a little bit of extra from me when I've said in the contract, this is what we're doing. I was going to say
that. How do you deal with that when you have a client they're trying to like a la carte?
Yeah. Well, I think when I first started off, I was such a novice in being an entrepreneur. And so I felt like because I was like green, I had to like offer more just to show that I was valuable, which is a totally stupid mindset. Like, don't even adopt that.
No, but like you said, as a novice.
It is, but I would say that anybody that's thinking about going into entrepreneurship, do not go in with that mindset.
That's good.
You have knowledge capital. And so people they don't consider that. They think about what I can do with my hands and the tangible stuff. But the intangibles are just as important.
Yes.
So
that's good.
Know that your knowledge capital matters, because I brought experience from my previous jobs that even though it's a different industry, I still have that knowledge that I can capitalize on.
Yes.
The knowing what you're willing to do.
Yes. That's awesome. That's good. I like that. Knowledge capital.
Listen.
We gonna coin that, put it on a t-shirt or something.
Knowledge capital.
#C.
Listen. I should do t-shirts. I get with people.
Yes.
Okay.
The plug.
Listen.
So what else could you like just share for me? Just beginning the journey and not even in an entrepreneurial position, but having a desire to do so in a very short time. But what would be your...
Okay, we're gonna get you out.
I'm tiptoeing in the wall.
Yeah, no, definitely. You gotta have faith, for sure.
Yes.
There's no way that you can survive out here on your own as an entrepreneur if you do not have faith and that you don't have a vision for what you want. I know there's several times when I wanted to quit. Like I wanted to go. I'm like, look, I'm going back to this 9 to 5
Right.
because the
Right.
money's easy. You know, it's coming, it's
Right.
guaranteed.
Guaranteed direct deposit.
But I'm like, I know what I want for my life.
Yes.
I know that I wanted financial freedom.
Mhm.
I wanted a job that was going, or a business that was going to be location independent.
Yeah.
And I wanted to spend more time with my son.
That's
And so
important.
that kind of trumped the other things. No pun intended.
Right.
Trump. Okay.
Right.
But no, but like I wanted so much more, and so I had to keep that bigger picture
Mhm.
in the forefront of my mind instead of the bills and all this
Yes.
other, because those things are always going to be there.
Like clockwork.
Yeah. So yeah, I would say have faith.
Yes.
Have a support system. A good
Mhm.
support system is so important. You definitely have supported me throughout this process. It's gonna be 2 years next month.
I know.
Oh my
December.
God.
Was it
Yes.
like
The
December
17th.
17. I knew it was a
17.
7 in there.
2 years
Wow.
out in these
2
streets
years already.
Yes,
Ooh, I
out
remember.
in these streets.
Made that decision over eating some coconut shrimp.
We did.
Oh,
And I think what
look at
like ultimately
God.
made me jump was like I went away to
Mhm.
Mexico,
Mhm.
and I was like, I can do this on a regular basis.
Right.
Like I don't want to answer to nobody. I don't want
How
nobody
about
telling me
that?
when I can take vacation.
Listen,
So that was my motivation.
I'm inspired. Yes.
Come on out here.
Yes. Let's talk.
Come on
Look.
out here.
Let's talk about these sexual boundaries.
Ooh.
Talk about being in these streets. You gotta stand
Wow.
for something or you fall for
Fall for
anything.
anything.
Listen,
Uh,
as a single Christian woman,
Yeah.
with all your values, all of that knowledge capital, tell us about it, honey. Tell us about
Sexual boundaries. This is an area. This is an area.
it.
So I had decided to. Well, I've been single for 6 years and was celibate the same amount of years. And I started my journey, not really knowing what I was doing. I just knew I was tired.
How about
I was
that?
tired.
Time for change.
Yeah, I was
Something
like,
different.
I can't do this by myself. I'm tired of doing it the way I was doing it before.
Right.
And I knew I had to do something different and something radical.
How about that?
So I decided to take the journey of celibacy. And I learned so much about myself. But the biggest thing I had to do was to make sure I had boundaries. What was I willing to do? What was I not willing to do? What was I looking for in a mate? I had to write a list, but not live by the list,
How about
but
that?
more so have a foundation of what I wanted this person to be like.
Right.
Of course, they had to be someone who had a relationship with God, not just believed in God, but had a
Yes.
relationship.
Yes.
Someone who also was walking the journey of purity or was open to it,
Mhm.
and then also someone who would accept my son as,
Definitely.
you know, as his
Definitely.
own.
Yes.
So those were the 3 things I would kind of like a pre-interview
Yes.
to the interview.
Yes. Yes.
So I'm like, if he can pass this, he can get
Prerequisite.
to- Exactly. Exactly.
Yes.
So yeah.
Good stuff. I know for myself, I always try to calculate how long I've been single. I've been single a long time,
Okay.
technically. Ex-husband creeped on the scene last year out of nowhere. I'm like, where's he in a bush? What happened? I haven't
Right.
talked to you in months. What you talking about? You know.
Listen.
But God reminded me even then. Listen, if there's not a friendship that's already in place,
Yep.
don't move forward. You know, I have to be able to be my serious self, my spiritual self,
Yeah.
and my business self. You know, I need to be my silly self. You know, all of me, authentically, organically. My boundaries have truly come from kind of what you alluded to, just learning myself, learning what was important. Prior to, I would say, the last 10 years, I felt like I was always in a relationship. If I wasn't almost married, I was married, or I was kind of married.
Yeah.
Just something along those lines. And it was kind of, I remember, I believe it was June 2010, I was standing in the kitchen washing dishes after a really bad breakup. You know, you ever be with someone and it's like, you're doing cartwheels and flips. Hey, I'm here. I'm it. I'm wifey. I'm this, that, and the other. You're trying to prove who you are. And God literally said, Shawan, I am the one who will bring him to you.
Wow.
And when that happens, you won't have to do cartwheels and flips to show him that you are the one.
Say it again.
It was like clear as
That's
day,
so
almost
good.
as if he was standing in the doorway speaking it to me. I heard it clear as day. I literally stopped washing dishes and turned around and I'm like, wait, is someone standing here with me? But when I heard that, I said, you know what, God, from here on out, unless there is truly, truly, truly a desire, a word moving forward, I'm not going to. So, of course, I failed with that. Because there's been some situations along the way.
Yeah.
You know, and not because, I can't even say, I think a lot of times people get caught up in thinking it's the flesh. It's not always the flesh, because our heart play tricks on us too. You know,
That's good.
things seems like they're going well. They seeming, you know, okay, he's nice. He's not pushing up this way, you know, the way dude before did. But just because the angle is different, it doesn't mean, or just because the name is different, it doesn't mean that the angle is any different. It doesn't matter how young or old. You know, some people get stuck on age and all these different things that to me are circumstantial and situational at that point. It's truly the individual. Like, what is the condition of your heart?
That's good.
I literally had to tell someone, like, you know what, you're cool, you're good, but you're not it. Like, he looked at me like, did this chick just tell me?
So how is it always easy for you to tell, like, from the jump if they're it or not?
No,
Okay.
it's not. However, there are generally at least three to five instances where there's some type of hint or something.
Okay.
Like,
Where it's obvious, like.
oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Something that'll give me pause. I'm like, let me make a mental note, because I also believe that perfection is not it either.
Yeah.
While I have a list of desires, I also know that I may have to deviate from one or two of those things in order to find the right person, or when I meet him, he may not look as I have him to. You know, in my mind, I have my image.
Yeah.
I've seen one that was my image, and it was like, oh, thank you, Jesus.
We all have that ideal image.
Like, listen, and it was crazy because it's like, sir, like, you were everything that I prayed for. God said I had to give you what you prayed for to let you know that's not what I have for you.
Oh, wow.
And when I tell you that one
That's
cut deep,
funny.
like, I could go on and on about stories, but and I had to truly just realize, Shawan, you have to come out of your box. You know, your box of what it looks like to you, and just be open. And I think that's what happens a lot of times. I'll meet someone and I'm like, okay, you know, you're out of my box. Who knows?
Right.
But 3 weeks in, no, yeah, you're out of the box for a reason.
How important
You
is
know.
attraction to you?
Attraction is super important.
Okay.
Now, it's not always physical.
Okay.
However, there has to be an amazing smile, and you have to smell wonderful.
Yes,
That's part of
please
the
smell
attraction
good.
as well. You have to be, you know, aesthetically pleasing. Now, my aesthetic pleasing is usually a little different than others. Yeah, everyone tells me that, and it's okay. It's
Okay. Okay.
I'll resign.
I want to know what they are. Because, I mean, everybody has, like, this definition of what normal
Yes.
is.
Like the tall, dark, handsome, light skin, curly hair. That's like so 80s.
It
I'm
is.
sorry. That's so 80s. Tell me, sir, I need to feel your essence. You know, what is your aura? What vibe? What is your spirit speaking to me in that
Right.
moment? Your heart has to be in the right place. If I feel for any moment that you're trying to just get with me to get with me, or you have an ulterior motive to get something else, no, I don't care how appealing you are.
Exactly.
You know, it has to feel good to my spirit.
Yeah.
And then later on, other stuff will come. How about you?
Attraction is important. I think sometimes, just as Christian singles, we feel like we have to settle on the looks because we're Christian and we believe in Jesus. Right?
No.
But I'm not doing
No,
that.
no, son. No,
I'm
son.
not doing that. But you will meet people that are attractive and still are like
Oh my goodness,
buttholes.
trash.
So
Trash. Just throw the
come on, the whole thing away. Throw it away. Like, I don't care how cute you
Don't,
are.
not the recycle bin either.
Yeah. Like, I remember meeting one guy and he had this really nice car and he would like try to impress me and I'm like, bruh,
Right.
Like, please stop.
Right.
And then when I got to know him,
Mm-hmm.
he was trash. La basura. Like, he was so trash. And it just goes to show that you really do have to pay attention to the heart. Like,
Absolutely.
the heart is important.
Absolutely.
So when you can get all of that in one,
Right. Right.
now that's good.
Amen.
So, I mean, you said you're single now. You are single now. Yes, fully.
Very much.
Okay.
Fully. For real, for real.
I gotta ask her, yo.
What these streets be saying.
Listen.
Listen. Yes, I am.
Okay.
I am.
Okay. And are you currently seeing someone?
I'm talking.
Okay.
But I'm absolutely single.
Okay. So you keeping your options open.
Not even so much options, honestly, just because I'm very short on patience when it comes to relationship stuff. So my thing is like when we're vibing and we're doing good, okay, so what's up? Are we looking at a future? I mean, I'm knocking on 50's door.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have 5 years for you to decide.
Right.
But at the same time, I do know that because I want the friendship to be solid, I'm okay if that takes some time to foster and nurture. I'm okay with that. Now, I'm also very cognizant of the fact that just because there's a sound friendship there doesn't mean that there's going to be a relationship in the end.
Right.
Now, if that's what I hope for, absolutely. Because I'm a relational person.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I never understood, I'm like, God, I have all this love in me to give. And no one to share it with. You know, like...
Loving.
Right. You know, I think I'm a kind of dope person. So it's like, what in the world? Like, it attracts all the vermin, though. So until there is truly a 100% commitment of next level stuff, yeah, your girl is single. I am. And we mutually know that. Like, so it's no secret. It's not like if he's watching, he's going to be like, no, she didn't. No, it's mutual.
Hey, Jersey, say.
Listen, and the thing is that he's even said, you know, I may end up, you know, you calling or texting me and saying I'm getting married. You know, you may get married on me, kind of thing. I mean, it's known. So, hey, here we are. If
it happens, it happens, right?
Here we are.
Because sometimes we just close our options down because we're so focused on this. This
Yes.
is what we want. This is what we want.
Yes.
But then, you know, God can bring somebody and he can
From
be
left
exactly,
field.
Yeah, he can be exactly what we need. So, yeah.
Who's ready?
Just being open.
Yes.
So, yeah, I'm working on that. Pray for me. Pray for me.
Oh, goodness. Listen, guys, and ladies, gentlemen, all therein, we are super pumped. Like, we could probably talk for another hour.
I want to go.
But thank you for joining me.
Absolutely.
I love you. I love you. I love you. I appreciate you. I wish you all the best. All your endeavors. I got your back 1,000%.
I know you do.
Have a good one, everyone.
Bye.
See you on the next episode of Intentionally Spoken with your girl, your host, your intentional midwife in life, Shawan Sharika. And this is my girl, Sibu, Sierra Smothers. Catch her on Instagram.
At Your Virtual Clone. You can follow me on Facebook, Sierra Smothers. You can also catch me on IG, Sierra Shanae.
Yes.
So, yes, definitely follow me.
Yes, good stuff. Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Thank you.